Rastafari. So guys, I got a quick message following up the message from last night. I might have to put the phone down for this one real quick, just to get the message across. All right, hopefully y'all can hear me. All right, so basically, look, this is what it is. If you go and look back at my other videos, there's no Halloween this year. Um, I just got the revelation. I just got the download of there is no Halloween this year. And what I mean by that is by the energy, the vibration frequencies that is coming from, the Three Eye Atlas. Piggybacking off of yesterday's message, October 30th, 2025, 11:44 a.m. There will not be a Halloween because something is going to happen to where it infiltrates the natural flow of the quote unquote Halloween spirit. I don't celebrate that, that's Babylon. But what I'm overstanding is to get this message out, I have to say certain terms. And what is happening is there's not going to be a Halloween this year. The frequency, vibration of Halloween is not the Halloween that we knew it to be. What I'm basically saying is it's starting to flip its existence. Meaning, you know how Halloween normally is scary and dark and, candy driven and, like I said, scary, dark, and just demonic. And yes, that's very much so in the past. But this year is the last of that Halloween, vibration. So there's going to be vibration and frequencies and people that go down that rabbit hole of, being scared and, things of that nature and trying to be scary and demonic and things of that nature. But it's not going to work. Meaning, like, y'all already spells over the years. Y'all did enough spell casting. It holds no more weight anymore. Because it's like, what's up? It's like the vibration frequency that's here on Earth is not celebrating demonic, demons anymore. They're not celebrating, darkness anymore. It's a transformation of light. It's turning that darkness into light. So what I'm overstanding is like, there's no Halloween this year. It's not your typical Halloween. It's becoming lighter. It's becoming more of a real unity thing, not eat candy, watch football, or, cast spells and party and drink and, things of that nature. It's not that anymore. It's literally becoming a community like gathering rather than just candy. It's becoming more of, let's get people outside again and not just have it driven to Halloween, but driven to togetherness. And I'm speaking of this because I'm speaking into the future as well. It may not 100%, this year be felt because 2025 is a year 9 and 2026 is a 10, which equals 1. So it's a year 1. So it's ending. So the vibration frequency of Halloween is still going to, be around. Obviously, people's going to go get candy, go wear costumes and do cast spells and just all that other stuff. But this is the last time for that, which means that on a scale, it will get dark. But also on a other scale, individuals are going to see, like, why are we even celebrating this? Like, they're going to go down a rabbit hole and be like, why ever was we celebrating this in the first place? You see what I'm saying? And they're going to say, we're not going to wear bloody stuff anymore. If we're going to dress up, let's dress up as, Martin Luther King. You know what I'm saying? Like leaders. You see what I'm saying? It's becoming more of like, no, if we're dressing up in a person that is in the in the grandest light. That's a positive being. You know what I'm saying? It's become more of if we're if we're getting dressed up for quote unquote Halloween, we're not giving out candy. You know what I'm saying? We're giving out affirmations, positive affirmations and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Like it's becoming something that Babylon did not want it to be. You see what I'm saying? And that is why it's a year nine. 2025 equals a nine. 2026 equals 10, which equals one. So it's a transition of newness. And it's very simple when you put it together of how many years and how many children, let's just be truthfully honest, how many years, how many children have gone missing, how many movies have been put out and lowered the vibration of the people and scared the children over the years. It's enough. It's enough for the bloody, the killing. It's enough of the low vibrational stuff that goes within Halloween. It's over. And what I'm knowing is going towards next year, we're going to look at these certain, you know, holidays and reverse it and go against it. You know what I'm saying? It's already happening, speaking it right now, but I'm knowing that it's not demonic anymore. It's becoming, why did we even celebrate this in the first place? Did we know what we were even doing? You know what I'm saying? Or we just was doing what our family told us to do, just Halloween, just, you know what I'm saying? It was just a culture thing in America. Not everywhere does people celebrate Halloween. Do we overstand that's literally just a American thing? Do we realize that that's just an American thing? It's called what's it called? Pagan holidays. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, no one is perfect. We all didn't come into this world knowing everything. We all participate in these certain things. But once we know better, we shall do better. Because at the end of the day, yeah, I know I'm my position to the point where it's like, if I know better, I must do better. So that's why I'm speaking about it. So I overstand that in the future, there's no more Halloween in the sense that we know it. There's no more walking around scaring people, wearing masks. It's not that. It's I'm hugging now. We greeting people with hugs. You know what I'm saying? We're dressing up in who we want to be. You know what I'm saying? Like if someone wants to be Barack Obama, they dressing up as the president. You see what I'm saying? They got their suits on. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Like what I understand is the download that I got is that change is happening, regardless of if the world is ready for it or not. It's happening, and it's happening internally first, to where it's happening on the outer. So whether we like it or not, where everyone is going to getting to the point where it's like, okay, what am I needing to do? What are we needing to do to not just stop certain things 100%, but to begin the most greatest things. That's the issue. It's like it's 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 hard enough to stop certain stuff that's been going on, right? Yeah, I'm good. But it's even harder sometimes to get the the things started, the greatest things like started. And that's what I feel like is happening. It's more of like the focus is not stopping what has been going all that's going to stop on its own based off of the numerology and the planet. It's enough damage that's been done. So it's like now it's time to focus on what we couldn't accomplish. You see what I'm saying? Like instead of trying to stop, we're focused on what we couldn't accomplish over all of these years, things of that nature. You see what I'm saying? So, because I feel bad that you don't have people. What do you mean I don't have people? I got people. I got a whole spirit team. What are you saying? I know what you mean though. I get what you're saying. You saying basically like I feel sad that this message is not getting out to the masses of people. Well, don't feel sad. Everything happens in perfect time. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, just know Jesus Christ loves you. Absolutely, and Jesus Christ is a consciousness. It's a vibration. Me and Christ, me and Jesus, we like this because we get each other. You see, when I watched that NLE Chopper and Kurt Franklin, I didn't watch the whole thing, but when I watched like certain clips, I overstood everyone's perspective, and that's one of my superpowers. I'm able to put myself, in someone's shoes. I appreciate the compliments. I'm able to put someone in my shoes. I'm able to put myself into someone's shoes and to analyze like everything. Like I see both sides of everything. I cannot just say, oh yeah, this is that, and then this is that. It's like I can never just be on one side about things. I have the ability to see from every side, all sides of things, the unseen, the seen, things of that nature. So it's like I get where Jonathan Majors and Kurt Franklin and Ray J and I forget some other people. I get that they have the experience of living on quote unquote planet Earth, having more, as people would say, Babylon would say birthdays, but I would call them years around us. Yeah, they had more of those, but it was more about the intense spiritual growth, the the exile, the loneliness, the trials. Not saying that these people don't have years. It's like this. If someone that has years, right, their age, they had this much age, right? But over those years, they had trials and tribulations, right? It wasn't back to 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 back. It was every 3 years. Let's just give it a thing. Let's just say every 3 years they had a big trial, right? But when you look at NLE Chopper's side, he's a little younger, right? But guess what? Those trials came every 3 months, every 6 months, every week. You see what I'm saying? And that's the difference of what I overstand what NLE Chopper and what Jonathan Majors and Ray J and Kurt Franklin and all of them was talking about. NLE Chopper has went through his trials. They just happened back to back to back to back to back to where his trials he had to learn and way more faster. It doesn't mean that Jonathan Major's story and what he's been through was invalid. No, it's very valid. It's just a fact of his was in spurts. And I don't know everything about him. But what I'm saying is I already know my intuition and what John's telling me. And what I know from NLE Chopper. I know certain stuff that NLE Chopper has been through back to back to back. Because it's happened within his career. And it's still, you know what I'm saying? We've seen it. And he's still young. You know what I'm saying? Like it happened, a lot of stuff happened to him when he was 16 to 19. You see what I'm saying? Because I pay attention to music and I pay attention to, just life. But I overstand as well that when it comes down to Jonathan Majors, no saying that he didn't have trials. He just had trials in different ways, in different spurts, in different lights. And at least Chopper's, his, trials has been in the light the whole time. You see what I'm saying? It's way heavy. It's very heavy. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I overstand that others may not relate or not get. Because Jonathan Majors, let's keep it a stack. He has not always been in the spotlight. Let's just keep it a stack. So when he had certain trials, it's not that he didn't go through it. He definitely went through it, but he didn't have to go through it with that light on him. With that celebrity light on him already. He did not have to go through that. NLE Chopper did. And that's the difference between NLE Chopper and Jonathan Majors when it comes down to when he's telling him to read the Bible again and things of that nature. NLE Chopper is more aligned with his chakras. You see what I'm saying? He knows about the chakras. Jonathan Majors probably don't know about the chakra systems. You know what I'm saying? Even if he did, even if he does, it's more new to him. You see what I'm saying? And he's at a certain age where the chakra systems and certain stuff and spirituality is more new to him. Where for NLE Chopper, he already knows about certain spirituality stuff and he's at a younger age. It's not the fact that we're comparing. It's just more about, they're just showing their truths. I can see, yeah, it's okay. Jonathan Majors, we see that you went through a lot in a short amount of time. That's very, very true. A lot of stuff happened to you in a short amount of time. But guess what? a lot of stuff had happened to NLE Chopper in a short amount of time too. But guess what? He's on a flip side. He's on a flip side. He is what, almost 10 plus years younger than you? You know, and I'm basically speaking about this because it's been on my chest, and I'm just sitting there like, I get the distractions on how Babylon. It's very simple. I got the message and the distraction from the NLE Chopper, Kurt Franklin, and that whole thing was the simple fact of read it again. They want everyone to go read their Bible again and to stay stuck. What I'm saying is, don't get it twisted to what I'm saying. Understand, overstand, and what I'm about to say here clearly. We are very, very blessed to have a physical Bible in our presence. We are so blessed. But guess what? Every one of our ancestors and people of our culture, of anyone or any type of religion of anything, did not always have their books. So what did they do when they did not have their books? And this is what I'm understanding, overstanding. This is something that I've always felt. I'm not discrediting the book. I'm saying that we are so blessed to have the book. But guess what? What are you doing when you don't have your book? Let's keep it a stat. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. I appreciate all the love. Hernandez, I appreciate all the love. What are people really doing when they don't have their book? And that's basically what I'm saying is, I see the code. I see what the whole message was is, yep, go read the Bible again. Just go read it again. But he didn't overstand what NLE Chopper was saying. NLE Chopper also said that he receives messages directly from source, something that Jonathan Majors may not know nothing about. And I'm not saying that he doesn't, but if he does, it's at the beginning stages. I see it for what it is. It's at the beginning stages based off his body language, what he's going through in life now, but also even how he responded to Chopper and just simply saying, read it again. Come on, bro. Out of everything Chopper just said, that's all you gotta say. That just shows me that he's not really tapped in. He said, bro, like, you are the best, like the best YouTuber. Hey, I appreciate all the love. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the love. I'm being the light that I've always wanted growing up in my life. I've always wanted a person or somebody that can just give it to me straight. Not because they wanted something, not because they needed something, but because they cared about the overall consciousness of humanity and the betterment of the people. I appreciate the sub. You know, and I'm just being who I always wanted in my own life. You see what I'm saying? Someone that can just bring the light to me straight, not scare me, not fearmonger me, but bring awareness to the world that we live in. So back to what I was saying about NLE Chopper and Jonathan Majors, I can see that Jonathan Majors doesn't know what it's like to receive messages directly from the Most High and with confidence. And what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that certain people don't receive messages from the Most High and things of that nature. What I am saying is, it becomes more of a surprise when people receive revelations and stuff like that. Messages from the Most High. They see it as a surprise. Wherefore, people like I, people like NLE Chopper, the ones that's more connected with nature and alignment with the chakras, to receive direct messages based off the alignment with their coded body, we don't see these messages, these downloads as a surprise. We see it as a given because we're aligning our temple. We're taking care of our temple. And that's what comes with taking care of your temple. You see what I'm saying? Thank you for being a YouTuber. Well, I appreciate the love. It's aligned with who I'm supposed to be. I'm just being who I'm supposed to be. You see what I'm saying? I appreciate you being on this live and, giving me the confidence and the encouragement. And I'm sending the love right back to you. I appreciate that. And back to what I'm saying, it's just like I understand what NLE Choppa is saying. His body is aligned to where he's able to manifest and by the grace of God, like he was saying, and to allow certain things to be given to him. But then I look at Jonathan Majors, he leans more on the by sight type of thing. You know what I'm saying? I feel that from him. It's like, and even from some of the older guys at the table, it's more of like they lean more on sight rather than faith. I'm keeping 100%, and we all don't get it twisted. We all struggle with that. I struggle with that, and I understand how it can get a battle. But from the body language of Jonathan Majors, it just shows like it shows me the body language that I got from watching him. Like I said, I see things from all sides. Is that he doesn't believe in that extra, eating right type of thing, aligning your body in the chakras, and then like let's just say he may not totally believe in, grounding yourself and practicing yoga and, your third eye and stuff like that. He may see that as spookism. He may see some of that stuff as like, oh, that's wacky. That's not Jesus. That's not source. That's not the most high. And what I understand that is a common thing within, the OGs, as you would say, or the elderly, or the unks. Some people call me an unk, but I'm 30. I'm really the big bro, but I'll take the unk because that shows me that I have wisdom. Anyways, we ain't going. That's just the children call me unk. Fine. Anyways, what I'm saying is that I see how some of the older, like I said, generation, let me say that the older generation can be spooked out or not overstand astrology and your natal chart, and they don't understand and overstand that the planets, and it wasn't given to them. It's seen as more new age. We're going towards, we're in the age of Aquarius, where certain things come to light that has not been shed upon humanity, America mostly. Let's just keep it a stat. Our culture in our schools, a lot of this stuff hasn't been taught to us. So of course, when someone is coming to you and saying, there's other things to learn outside of the Bible, stuff, even just on that frequency, anything other than just Jesus Christ, they see it as spookism. They see it as scary or demonic or an occult. And really, that's all the stuff that they don't want us to know about, because that unlocks the secret codes to our destiny, to the point where we would have everything that we need and never want for anything that they give us. We would have our land. We would have everything that we would have never gone without. These are all the codes and stuff, the code knowledge that they don't want us to know. And this is the common thing. This is why this is a year 9, and 2025 is a year 9 for a reason. And 2026 is a year 1, because the occult knowledge, the esoteric knowledge, the metaphysical knowledge is everything that our ancestors knew and knew and knew, learned, and every single day was basked. How do you say basked in? They was basked in all of this science and technology every day of their lives. They know they knew how to physically manifest things into their physical with a quickness. You know what I'm saying? They knew the rituals and stuff to block negativity from their homes and their life and their children and things. They knew the health remedies and cooking up stuff, and they knew all these things. But they give you a Bible. They give you the Christ, the Christ and the church, and just say, read it again, and say, go about your way. You see how they just blind the people. Just say, read it again, and just basically what they're saying is, this is all the information that you're gonna get. That's basically what they're saying. When Jonathan Majors came on that podcast, they know his voice. They know he has fans. They know he has people that's gonna be on his side. And he says what? Read it again. So you know you got a whole bunch of church people on the side of, yeah, tell that young NLE chopper, read it again. That boy know what he talking about. Read it again. Tell him read it again. They old folks like this on they read it again. Tell him he right. Tell that boy read it again. All he needs is learn his Bible. Not knowing that's the whole witchcraft that has been happening. And is the same reason why some of our people ain't gonna make it. Because why? They seen esoteric knowledge and metaphysics and spirituality and occult knowledge as spookism and just scared you out of your destiny. Astrology, your natal chart, just scared you out of your destiny, scared you out of the best part of your life, scared you away from all the best knowledge that you've been missing. Is that what we want for our children? Let's keep it a stack. Is that what we want for our children? Do we want the same codes that was hidden from us to be hidden from our children? So, like I said, the same codes. Do we want the same codes that was hidden from us to be hidden from our children? Okay, so let me put it in the Matrix form, Babylon form. Do we want our children to go through the same struggles that we did? Because let's keep it real. It is a struggle when they tell you Jesus is coming out of the sky to save you, but then come to find out that was just a mind trick for you to keep relying and thinking that somebody was going to come save you. Keep you in that loop. How many of our ancestors was stuck in that loop of thinking that something is supposed to come out of the sky and save you? How many of our ancestors have went through that? Too many. It's done. It's done. The point is, that is why we have each other. It's called a Christ consciousness. It's called when everyone is on the same Christ consciousness, that's when, quote unquote, Jesus comes back, which, quote unquote, means that's when the earth will awaken. And then we will, quote unquote, all meet each other in heaven. That's what I came to realize in 2020. I'll never forget. I will never forget. I was randomly in my mom's living room in 2020 and something just hit me. I didn't know Jah back then. All I know was God. You know what I'm saying? I didn't, all I knew was God. All I knew was just my Bible. But I got a revelation in 2020 that said it was a light. It was the sun. It said, I got a vision that said, if everything on earth is at the same frequency and happy and joyful, what happens then? Like like literally, if everyone at one point on earth is on the most high vibration at the same time, what happens? What happens? Something happens. And that's what we are going towards. Because I'm speaking of everyone on earth. Let's keep it a stack. When I'm speaking of everyone being on the same vibration at the same time, and that light, oh, you best believe it ain't gonna be no 8.9 billion people when I say that. This is way down the line. I'm definitely not gonna be here. My spirit will though, for sure. But my physical, no. What I'm saying is, if we want to quote unquote see heaven on earth, we can. Start building your community and start getting aligned. Start getting aligned within your community. So when that light starts to shine across and it's time for everyone to be on the same frequency, your community is already secured. And get what I'm saying. Understand what I'm saying. I'm speaking in the future tense as well. I'm speaking for our children's children. But we are the starters of the frequency, what's the frequency vibration to come. We are the light bearers that shows the way for our little ones. So when that light, that real frequency comes back, your your community has already been ready. So then when it all comes back, when that light shines, what? We all meet again. Because did we all come from the same lake of fire, or what they say, um, sun, water, fire? I forget the exact terms, but I read somewhere and read something that said like, I was born 1995, and it's just like anyone that was in that vicinity that was being birthed around that time, we all came from the same like lake. Like we were all birthed around the same time, and I'm like, that makes so much sense when you look at it from a metaphysical, esoteric view. When you view it from like a lake and you view the people just coming up from the water and spawning pretty much. And I'm like, that makes sense and that makes sense when it comes down to your astrology, your natal chart. It's like I have a Capricorn, I have a Uranus, my Uranus and Neptune is in Capricorn, and I'm like, that makes sense. That's like a time frame of where certain individuals was called and was birthed to come down into a certain time frame to do a certain mission. And I understand, overstand that. So I'm like, that's a multitude of us. So what I'm saying is that multitude of us came here for a reason, and I'm part of that reasoning. My Neptune is in Capricorn, aligned with my Uranus is in Capricorn. That means those structures that was back in 1995, that government structure that was so heavy on our people, that controlled pretty much everything and everything, it is falling. Those structures are falling. We are developing our own communities. We're not living in no projects no more. We're not depending on no welfare no more. We're not depending on EBT no more. We are developing, coming together, building unity, building our own communities, having our own wellness temples. There's no more of the back and forth. This year 9 is going down. But a lot of people ain't gonna be happy about what's to come. But guess what? You had your time. So, okay, you can continue to stock shelves at Walmart if you want for that paycheck. That's fine. You can do that for the rest of your life, and you can break your back, and that's fine if that's what you want to do. But for others, we're doing elsewhere. You're saying y'all started the matrix, keep the matrix going. Fine. Keep certain stuff going. That's fine. Y'all gonna have to do the body work. Y'all gonna be backs hurting and still having to do, hey, that's fine. But for the original beings, we are building our communities. We are building our gardens. We are building our temples from the inside out. We are raising our children in the most grandest light on our land. You see what I'm saying? Togetherness and unity. And sorry to say, some of y'all ain't gonna be able to sit with us. Not saying that we don't have empathy. No, we definitely have empathy and we have compassion, but guess what? It's not up to us. It's based off your frequency. I'm sending peace, love, and light to each and every last one of y'all. Like I just said, we have compassion going forth. But guess what? It is about your vibration frequency. So let's not get it twisted. Everyone is welcome to the wellness temple in the community that is being built. But it's really all about your vibration frequency that's going to allow you to open up and to honestly receive what is laid out for you, which is your soul destiny blueprint. Because that's what we're developing here. That's what is going to be developed when it comes down, when it comes up to Jah. Jah wants everyone to be on their soul path with no questions, with no ifs, ands, or buts about it. What if there's no more waking up out of your bed, right? And I wonder what I'm gonna do today. Those days are over. Those days are over. There's no more waking up out of your bed and saying, you have no options. You have your destiny call, and that's it. You see, we've reached a point where everyone has used their free will for what? Don't get it twisted. Nobody's perfect. But if you're using your free will to get ahead, to your soul destiny, to your life path, what you came here to do, that's great. But guess what? Everyone don't do that. That's why it has reached a point. Humanity, Earth has reached a point where it's saying, okay, there's no more. We see what the world has came to. This is why the world is what the world is, because everyone feels like they have too many options. People have too many options. This is why the world has came to the way the world is, whether it's food, relationships, just life, period, jobs, anything. Us as a people in America here have too many options. This is why the world has came to what it has come to. There is no more waking up saying, what am I going to do today? No, you have everything planned out for your life mission. There is no other distractions, because that's all everything is. Having all these options is distractions from what you're supposed to, what your soul's mission is supposed to be doing. And we ain't even gonna go there, because guess what? Everybody ain't got a soul. That's a whole nother video. But what I'm saying is, understand, overstand how I started this video. There's no more Halloween. There's no more of that. We're not participating in that low vibration frequency no more. If anything, we're doing something and we're flipping it to where it's highly vibrational. If anything, changing the name, everything. There's no more. We're creating our own thing. If people in Babylon still want to participate in Halloween, let them do them. But soon to come, we're not doing that. We have highly vibrational days, which is every day, pretty much. You see what I'm saying? But obviously, certain days we will purposely on the the alignments, the moon cycles, stuff like that. Of course, we'll do more stuff on those days. But every day is an opportunity and a day for highly vibration. But obviously, we know certain days are more aligned, and those would be the days where we, do Narabingi, dance, come together, do the fire, cook, all of that. So I see what's coming 2026 and for on. I'm not the only one that's building a wellness temple. I'm not building this wellness temple by myself. We're building this together. So I'm also knowing that regardless of if I feel like, yeah, I want a wellness temple, I'm being given downloads and receiving messages from other people's conscious mind that also want a wellness temple, or seeking for some type of, place, sacred place. And what I mean by that is that not only is it aligned with my natal chart, but the people, the community, the energy, vibration, frequencies that's in the air is calling it in. It's calling it in, saying, hey, we need something new and now. Because the way the world is going, it's not looking so good. We need something now for the community, for togetherness, ASAP, and we have to get it started. That is what I'm here for. I have the vision for it. I have the chart for it. I have the passion, the drive, everything to get it done. You see, also the vibration frequency to seek out the ones to bring it in, to solidify it, to ground it, to make it to an actual physical, tangible place. My vibration frequency is capable of that. But not only just that, but bringing in the people that are capable of that. You see? So that's what I know is happening. It's not only me solidifying it and talk about it, and it's not only Jah giving it to me. It's coming from other people's conscious and subconscious mind too, saying, I want togetherness. I want a place where I can go and just feel free, feel release of all my traumas, pains, anything, anxiety, anything. And that's what we are building. And I'm just, like I said yesterday, I'm just so grateful and so excited because, like I said yesterday, for the future of humanity, for the future, for the children, because I know like they're gonna feel like, wow, they did this for us. You know what I'm saying? To the point where now they don't wake up questioning themselves. They wake up with confidence. They wake up with a direction, with their head forward, with a firmness of where they're going. And it's just like I just remember how many days I woke up with no direction. And now we have the opportunity as the light bearers to have the next generation wake up with direction, with no questions. Ja, Rastafari. I send a peace, love, and light each and every last one of you guys. It's happening, and it's a very exciting time. Energies may not feel like what they are, but take some time off social media if you're not posting or watching spiritual stuff or trying to go within. Try to stay off social media because there will be low vibrations. There's always low vibrations, but they're gonna pump it up. They're about to start pumping it up. I already feel it. I already been on social media, seeing how I start scrolling, and I'm like, oh, see, I'm not gonna be on social media. I took Instagram off my phone, TikTok, and what was the other one? Threads. I took it all off because I'm like, you know what? I don't really post on there that much anyway. But I'm knowing that the enemy, low vibrations, they get to vibrations like when moments where I'm feeling the connection so strong. And I'm what I'm saying is that I'm viewing this from my past. I'm learning from my past where it's been times where those planetary alignments, new moons, full moons, and stuff like that, and where social media got the best of me, where I would see something negative, low vibrational, and then it got to my heart, it pulled on my heartstrings. You see what I'm saying? Whether it was a celebrity death or something, it pulled on my heartstrings. Wherefore now I'm more aware to the point where I'm like, you know what? I'm not going I'm not going to set myself up to be hurt. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to take certain stuff off my phone so I'm not allowing myself to be low vibrational. You know what I'm saying? I'll get caught up in that web. And I advise others to do the same. Nobody's perfect, like I said. But I also know like it's okay to take breaks. It's okay to just post and get off. But that's the point. They don't want you just to post and get off. They want you to keep scrolling and to be in other people's, lives, but not for purpose. See, if I'm watching something, I'm watching it for a learning aspect. I'm not just watching it for entertainment. You see what I'm saying? No, but sometimes we entertain ourselves, but sometimes that entertainment can actually give us a lesson, quote unquote, if you're seeking for it. I seek for lessons in everything that I watch. So that's why I took off, certain social medias because I'm like, you know what? If I'm watching something for these next couple of weeks, I want to feed my soul purposely. You know what I'm saying? I'm maybe gonna even start reading some more. What's up? Yo, yo, yo. I'm about to get off the live. I appreciate all the likes. I got 5 likes right now. I appreciate all the love from this live. It was a lot of, downloads that I got. And I'm just so grateful that I'm here. We're here together and that we're still pushing regardless of how hard things may get, because I'm gonna keep it a stack with y'all. Like, it's some days where I'm like, I don't feel it. Like some days I'm like, you know what? I don't know what's next. But then on those days, Jah tells me like, you're not supposed to. That's the glory. That's the overall glory, because it's just like, if you knew what was about to happen, there's no room for the surprise. And that's what I understand. Overstand is when those days start to feel like don't know what's happening, don't know what's going on. Those are the days where you be still. Those are the days where you say, no, this ain't what it is. It's actually the opposite. But the world that we live in is going to make it seem like it's the worst, it's the worst, it's the worst, but it's really the best. It just don't feel like it right now. And that's what happens. At least that's what happens to me. There's days where I say, you know what? I feel great and I feel amazing. And you flow with it. But then some days feel like, hold on, something's going on behind the scenes. I don't know what it is, but and then instead of just waiting, sometimes we don't wait. Sometimes we dive deep and say, it's this or it's that. But then sometimes we be still. And then the next day comes about. Then you don't have to search for the answer. The answer is right there. It's given to you because you waited. And that's what I'm understanding. Overstanding is just like having the patience, through the hard times, having the patience through the what you said, the incubator system, like the incubator time, like where it feel like you just waiting and you just feel like I'm growing, but I don't feel like I'm moving. But you know that you're growing, but don't feel like you're moving anywhere. That's where we have to learn how to be patient. That's where I'm learning how to be patient, because why? That next day, you don't have to search. I don't have to search. The answer is right there in the face. But then on days where I'm searching and I'm not supposed to be, that's when it's just like, oh, see, I should have just kept still. I should have just been quiet, because the next day the answer is right there. So that's what I've been going through lately, and that's what I'm saying. No one is perfect. We all are going through certain things, but it's about, are we aware of what we're going through, or are we just going through it? Just like me going through a Saturn return. Yeah, I'm going through a Saturn return, but am I just going through it? Or I'm aware that I'm going through it? No, I'm aware that I'm going through it. So it's a little different. So I sent peace, love, and light, teaching every last one of y'all. Um, October 30th is basically around the corner, and there's a lot of more things that's about to still happen. Don't see it for don't see it for it being like fear mongering. Don't let it fear you. Don't get fearful of it. Use it as a sense of awareness, of saying, oh, okay, this happened. That just shows, okay, Babylon is still falling. And that's it. Don't don't look at it and be like, attach yourself to it. I remember I made a video probably about, I don't even, probably last year. It was about the Diddy and Cassie. And as soon as I heard about what was going on with them, I said, I went on my Instagram. I said, hey, people, do not get attached to this. What's going on with Diddy is low vibrational. It's to get people upset and in their feelings. And that's exactly what happened. You see what I'm saying? But it's about being aware of that. Okay, this is coming out for a reason, to get people low vibrational. So, hey, like I said, not just going towards October 30th, but towards the end of the year and so forth. Babylon is falling. They will try their best to try to get to us in any kind of way, whether it's fighting each other, whether it's through the social media, whether it's through the video games, whether it's through the Wi-Fi, whether it's through the EBT stuff, how they got some people scared out there. They're going to do everything in their power to try to keep people at a low vibration. But do not forget, that is the ultimate test. And nobody is perfect. That's not what I'm saying, because everyone is going, through their trials and tribulations. But try to have patience. I'm speaking to myself as well. Try to have patience. Breathe. Ground yourself. Try to have patience as much as possible, because they want us to fight each other. They want us to fight each other. They want us to fight each other, so that they can still be in ahead, or feel like they have a chance to get ahead if we're doing it to our own selves. Let's just keep it a stack. Like, that's how they've been getting ahead, is because they do things in codes and numbers and letters, to the point where we ended up doing it to ourselves. They just sit back and give us the product, and we sit back and, you see what I'm saying? Don't let that go over your head. You see what I'm saying? I'm saying peace, love, and light, each and every last one of y'all. Peace. Ja Rastafari.